Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to Anime King. First of all, I want to thank Brandon McQueen for the idea. I've been getting this idea a lot, and I realized I never focused or did anything with Naruto, mainly focusing on the physical attributes like the 8 inner gates. However, I'm going to be adding a little twist to it, giving Naruto the heavenly restriction, just like Toji from Jujutsu Kaisen, along with the mastering of the 8 inner gates. So this is part 1, guys. If you enjoy seeing one see part 2, just go ahead and tell me and I'll be posting it as soon as possible. And also don't forget to go ahead and check out the other what ifs. All the other channels will be down in the description, and I'll also comment down below so you guys can reply with your ideas for future use. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. The academy was quiet that evening. As the sun dipped behind Konoha walls, children ran home, laughing, their chatters echoing across the street. However, for one young man, it wasn't the same. His steps heavy. He wasn't going home, aimlessly making his way. Today was another failure. He was 7 years old. While the other students start to show progress, the sparkle of chakra in their hands, the faintest control, even the ones that were mocked for being slow, were starting to pull ahead. However, this young man, Naruto Uzumaki, it didn't matter what he tried. It didn't matter how long or how hard. He could not mold chakra. It simply would not come out. He could feel it inside, waiting. But it never passed through. His coils, just like Aruka said, he never felt that warm sensation, never feeling that aching sensation in his chest. No flame, no flow, no jutsu. He already started to hear the whispers. Dead last. He can't even make a clone. Some were even crueler. Maybe he wasn't meant to be a ninja. Aimlessly, the calm young child made his way deep within the forest, simply walking away, not sure where he was going or what he was going to do. He was too sad to think about that. He was very tired. Not just physically though, but it was mostly mentally. If I can't use chakra, what am I even doing here, he wondered to himself. As his feet carried him, he was stopped when he heard a sound that sounded like thunder. It sounded like a rhythm. The crashing, one after another. It was fists and legs crashing into the pole, crashing all over. He made his way to find out what that was. He peeked past the trees, curious what was going on there. When he saw him, a man in a green jumpsuit was moving with impossible speed, flickering across the training grounds, on his hands and on his legs. Each strike that he threw sent shockwave through the posts. Naruto was astonished by what he was witnessing. Sweat ran down the man's face, but his grin never left his face. His muscles, tightly coral-like steel, as he whipped them back, causing friction as he moved. Naruto was astonished. stepping out as the trees crack under his weight. The small branches. Might Guy came to a stop, turning to face the one that was watching him, but his smile never faltered. Ah, a youthful spirit watching me train. What a fine evening this has become, he said, giving Naruto a big thumbs up. Naruto blinked, truly shocked that chakra could make people do that. What type of jutsu was that? Naruto said it had to be some special jutsu that made him stronger. However, Might Guy simply laughed. Jutsu, chakra. No, my young friend, he said. That was the power of youth. The fire in your body. The strength in your spirit that turned into motion. Naruto stared at the man. He didn't understand everything, but those words, something about them struck deeply. So, you don't need chakra to fight like that, said Naruto. Guy's grin softened into something more serious as he saw the look in the boy's eyes. He's seen a look like that before, reflected in his own, a long time ago. Naruto's voice cracked, but he tried to keep it steady. I can't use chakra. No matter what I do, it won't come out, said Naruto. Everyone else is moving forward, but I don't want to be left behind. I want to be a ninja, but I can't use chakra. Can I still be one, said Naruto. There was a silence in the training ground as Guy looked rather understanding of Naruto's situation. I understand your pain, young one, he said. I was called a failure too. No genius, no prodigy, just a boy who could move his body. But listen well, strength is not only in chakra. Your body itself can shine brighter than any jutsu if you're willing to set it ablaze. Naruto gazed up, feeling this sensation that he never felt before by the man's words. It was immediate, it flew from his lips. Train me, please, said Naruto. Teach me how to fight like you. Guy was quiet. Naruto started to sweat, afraid that he would say no. The silence seemed to stretch on for an hour, but in reality it was just like 20 seconds. As Guy grinned, lit up the place. It was so bright. Then I will make you a man of youth, young one. My name is Naruto, said Naruto. Guy's smile went wider, if that was even possible. Naruto, I shall make you a man of youth. A flame this world cannot ignore. But know this, the path is harsh. Sweat, pain, and constant complaints. Will you endure? Naruto nodded without hesitation. Time skip. Guy stood face to face with the Hokage when he learned something rather surprising. You see, Naruto not being able to use chakra ran much more deeper. The secret about Naruto was known by Might Guy. The reason why people look at him the way they did. You see, Naruto's body was abnormal. They believed that it was because of the 9 tails. There was a restriction. His chakra was there, but when he was being tested when he was younger to ensure that everything was in check, there was a possibility that he would never be able to use his chakra correctly. And over the years, as he went into the academy, Harrison kept tabs. And he was afraid that it was getting worse and worse. Because not only was Naruto wasn't able to properly control it, bringing it out seemed to be just as difficult. They had no idea how this correlated to the 9 tails. However, given the beast's, still many unknowns, that was a big part of it. So this could bring forward the opportunity to help Naruto in a different way. And Guy was more than happy to be his teacher, having no student under his care at the moment or anytime soon. He was more than happy to help Naruto after school or whenever he was free. So Hiruzen approved it, deciding to give Naruto a helping hand. The weeks that followed were grueling. Naruto trembled, collapsing after endless push-ups. He sprinted until his lungs burned, collapsing after squats until he could no longer move. Guy pushed him harder than anyone would ever push a child, but it was always with encouragements, always with that blazing smile. He learned a lot about Naruto, his determination, his personality. The child was a truly nice, caring child. However, due to situations, people treated him badly. Naruto never quit, even when he stumbled, even when he seemed to can't overcome. He broke through, time after time again. And the weakness, they start to peel away as the time passed. Yes, they all start to peel away. His punches grew sharper. His legs carried him more further. His pain tolerance became inhuman. As Guy noticed something abnormal, he figured that Naruto would adapt, but he was adapting much quicker. One day, as they rested beneath the trees, Naruto questioned Guy on the green cloak. "That is something special," said Guy. "It is known as the 8 inner gates, the limitation that is placed on the human body." So you open them," said Naruto. "Yes," said Guy. "Anyone can open the gates, but learning how to do so is the difficult part. And with it, you gain strength that surpasses all other shinobi, but it does come with a price. The more you open, the more you burn your body. Open too many, and you will die," he said. Naruto sat back silent, listened, hearing the words. However, he was in awe. Guy was surprised by that. "That's amazing," Naruto whispered. "To be able to do that, to be able to push yourself that far." Naruto clenched his fists. "I want to learn," he said. "No, not yet. Your body is not ready. The 8 inner gates are not a shortcut. They are the ultimate test to a lifetime of training. I've seen your discipline and your control. I can tell you a bit more about it, and I will trust you not to do anything reckless until I give you the go-ahead to start to actually dive into this." Naruto nodded without hesitation. Guy trusted him, knowing how Naruto can be. Time skip. The night air was cool as Naruto lay on his futon. The training session was difficult today, but he was now sleeping peacefully, now 8 years old. You see, there was a reason why all of this made sense together. When the fox was sealed inside of Naruto, something special about him was locked away. At a high price, he was given something great, known as a restriction. While Naruto possessed chakra, using it was literally impossible for him. Yes, it was known as a heavily restriction. This was something special that was not known by many, because it came from his clan, a clan that he does not even know about. The Uzumakis. It was rare. But anyone that was born with a heavily restriction, they lose something but gain something in return. And due to his loss of, chakra manipulation, his body received a great benefit. A special benefit. It was Might Guide training that helped him, no longer focusing on bringing his chakra out. His body had been slowly adapting, but Naruto was always getting in the way. every single time from he was 5 years old when he was trying to practice. But no longer plagued by the mistake, his body finally adjusted, and in the silence, it forged into something terrifying. His muscles knitting together tightly, denser, stronger, his reflex sharpening even in his slumber, as though his nerves had been stripped of every ounce of delay, his bones growing heavier, not in weight, but in resilience. Every fiber of his being becoming something beyond normal human limits. Naruto shifted in sleep as the ground creaked beneath him. He had no idea yet, but the boy who used to struggle to climb trees. His body had been transformed, freed of the shackles, completely, no longer restrained, and the benefits were beyond natural. Immune to tricks, mental manipulation, a body made for speed, power, freedom itself. It began to awaken. The days that followed, Might Guy started to notice. Naruto seemed to have not. Everything was coming so natural. The boy believed that it was normal, but it was not. No one grew this fast. Guy made his way. As he went to visit the Hokage, to have a little conversation with him. Upon arriving there, Guy was pacing. Yes, the Hokage wasn't there, as Guy was waiting on him pacing. Hiruzen had to tell him to calm down, as Guy seemed troubled. From what he has witnessed so far, he was truly so. It's about Naruto, Hokage-sama. I've been training him for several months now. At first, I thought his progress was just the fire of youth, but this is something else. His growth is natural. A child body should improve, little by little with training. But Naruto, every week, he's faster, stronger, sharper, and it isn't by a little. It's almost like his body is building itself into perfection without cause. Yesterday he matched some of my speed drills that I completed a few years back, but still well over his age. And he's just 8 years old. And this boy showed absolutely no talent in the beginning. But now, Hiruzen pipe lowered slightly. Knowing the intensive training that Guy went through, Hiruzen had to take a moment. He matched your drills, he said, struggling to say the words. And he doesn't even realize it. To him, it feels normal. But I measure him very carefully. His strength has quadrupled since he began. But the greatest thing is his control. There is no wasted movements, no extra flair, nothing over the top. Everything is precise and to the level. He has no idea that he's grown so much because he's subconsciously using the exact amount that he needs that each time. I believe there is something much greater there to be unfold if he's willing to look beyond his natural limits. I have never seen anything like this throughout my years. Guy said. Hiruzen leaned back. I often wonder if there was something that has to do with the complication of him not using chakra. I question on many occasions. There were signs, there were things that the experts could not explain. There were rumors a long time ago when a special clan known as the Uzumaki clan was united with Konoha. There were rumors that talk about people that were born with something but in return having to give something up. As Guy looked towards him, just taking into consideration Naruto's last name, and what the Hokage was actually saying. The realization struck him. But what exactly does this mean, he thought. Time skip. Years passed by. Naruto was now 11 years old. As he sat, the sun was going down. Guy arrived. He was still upbeat as usual, however. Something was there. Yosh, Naruto, he said. I have my own team now to guide. He was straightforward as always. Youths that need me now as you once did, he said, placing a hand on Naruto's shoulder. But this does not mean that I've abandoned you, he said. These scrolls contain every training method that we work on, and even more, he said. Your path is yours to work on now, with your new sensei guiding you when the time is right. Naruto clenched his fist around the scrolls, bowing his head gratefully. Guy sensei, he said, I don't know how to thank you. Without you, I would still be lost. Guy laughter rang out as it became soft. Don't thank me, Naruto, he said. You did the work. You carried the weight. I merely ignite the spark, he said with a beaming smile. But remember what I show you. Here is danger. The techniques you've learned are not meant to be abused. Promise me you will use them only when the fire of youth demands it. Naruto smirked faintly, trying to act like his heart wasn't twisting. Don't worry, I'm not dumb. I'll be careful, he said. But when Guy suddenly pulled him into a fearsome embrace, Naruto froze, his face turning hot in embarrassment. He thought about pulling away and saying something cool, but he didn't move. Instead, he sank into it. He didn't have that much people in his life. Guy has become someone dear to him, someone who helped him, someone who was there for him. As much as it was training, for Naruto it meant a lot. Having people that care about you, waiting on you, happy to see you. I'm gonna miss the good old days, Guy said. Thinking about their training session, it was as much fun for him. Training Naruto, seeing something great. In the beginning, Naruto was like a coal, and together, they both forged him into a diamond. As Guy shot off one of his other cheesy lines, Naruto simply chuckled, happy for all that he's done. Time skip. At the academy, Naruto had refrained from fighting to his full potential. It wasn't long before Guy had explained to him how special he actually was. He was different from most people. It is a reason why Guy saw it fit to teach Naruto how to properly control himself and break through his limitations. At the moment though, Naruto's case was special. Iruka spoke to the Hokage himself. Naruto might not be able to do the clone jutsu or any flashing ninjutsu, but bam! Iruka was on the ground, startled, shocked, unable to believe what just happened. Naruto has always been a quiet individual, never staying after school to hang out with friends, always have somewhere to go. He spoke to people within the class, but he wasn't really close with any of them. Iruka had noticed the scars on his arms, but those things did not stay for too long, maybe a day or so, and that was when he pushed himself too far. However, the more time passed, the less the wounds remained. They start to heal faster, much faster. Naruto was granted the headband, the special accommodation to prove that he was ready for the world, not taking the average test. Kunai throwing and shuriken throwing was still in there. Time skip. At the moment, we find Naruto moving through the foliage, jumping from tree to tree. There was no chakra amplification. It was in the night, perfect time to test himself. Naruto threw something, moving so fast that he missed his own throw. As he grabbed it, using the leverage to move from one point to another. However, unknown to him, something big was about to take place. He heard the sound of weapon clashing. Naruto moved through the foliage as he saw a body. He was shocked. First time seeing someone dead before. A chunin that he did not recognize. Naruto stepped closer. Jumping down, he saw Haruka and Mizuki. They parted away. Over to the side was a scroll. You see, Mizuki was working with someone. Someone that he just betrayed and killed. A person that worked closely within the Hokage record room. And that is how he got the scroll. Haruka immediately went pale when he saw Naruto, knowing that Mizuki would try to use the boy against him. Knowing that, Mizuki always say these comments, despite Naruto just being a child. He tried to blow them off as just joking, but Haruka never liked those kind of jokes. Naruto was a child and did not deserve any of the hate that he was receiving. What's going on? Naruto said. As he stood there, Mizuki's eyes snapped towards him, a twisted grin spreading across his face. Perfect. Just the little monster I need, he said. Haruka's face twisted in panic. Naruto, he shouted, get out of here. Don't listen to him. But Mizuki's words struck like a knife. You really don't know, do you? Why the whole village hates you, he said. Why no one wants to be near you. His voice dripping with venom. You're not just some orphan, boy. You're the nine-tailed fox. The demon that killed Haruka's parents. The monster that everyone fear. That is what you are. Naruto's heart stopped. His body ran cold. His breath shallow. A demon. Is that why? His chest tightened. Memories flashing across his eyes. The cold glares. The whispers. As he wondered, why would anyone would ever want to be close to him? Was all of it true? Mizuki saw the hesitation and he pressed on. See, you're nothing but a curse. No one would ever love you, he said. Seeing the opportunity, he launched a Fuma shuriken straight towards Naruto. Naruto was too mentally frozen to move. However, without hesitation, Haruka jumped in the way, taking the weapon right in its back. He coughed up blood, but he placed a weak smile on. Naruto, run, he said. Naruto's legs trembled as he ran and hid behind a tree. He cursed at himself. Why can't I move, he said. He cursed. What's the point of all my training if I can't use it when I need it the most? However, Haruka refused to take what Mizuki was saying. His words shocked Naruto, never knowing that Haruka cared. He called him kind, stubborn, but he was strong. He kept on pushing forward no matter how heavy it gets. He's not any demon. He's Naruto Uzumaki, a ninja of this village. Someone I will be proud to call a comrade. Mizuki snarled as he had enough. Goodbye, Haruka, he said. However, the Fuma shuriken was knocked to the ground. Haruka opened his eyes as Naruto stood in front of him. Naruto, I told you to run, he said. I finally get it. Naruto said, I know why they hate me, but I also know that loyalty means something. And you When Naruto looked up at Mizuki, Mizuki had to take a step back. The look in Naruto's eyes. You're nothing but a traitor. You called yourself Aruka's friend, but you stab him in the back. What kind of man betrays someone who trusted him? Mizuki snarled. You know nothing about this world, brat, he said. Naruto's fist clenched so tight. His knuckles, they could hear the sounds popping. No, you don't understand. There's no loyalty in you. You're not a man, said Naruto. You're a worm. And I swear, his body shook, his muscles tightening. I will never freeze again because if I do, people like Aruka Sensei will die. Mizuki laughed. Big words from a little monster. You think you can scare me, he said. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kill you. And then I'm gonna kill Aruka, he said. You think that your words will make me back down. But everyone in my path is just a stepping stone to me gaining power. Naruto's face hardened. I'm not just gonna beat you anymore. I'm gonna send your soul to hell where it belongs. As the words left Naruto's lips, Mizuki hesitated. He took a step back and started to hurl kunais at Naruto. However, Naruto's perception saw the blades coming. Waiting until they were close enough, he swatted them. Mizuki's perception only saw the blades be knocked away, but Naruto simply swatted them by the side, like knocking away leaves. Mizuki's voice cracked. What the hell? With a desperate roar, Mizuki stepped forward and swung the kunai at Naruto's face as Naruto stepped to the side. Their eyes locked. Mizuki's eyes went wide as Naruto drove his fist in his gut with such a force. Another strike in his jaw, another one into his ribs. Naruto hesitated for a moment as he was about to kick things up a notch. No, I don't need that to beat you. Naruto sidestepped everything that Mizuki threw. Mizuki became delirious. Naruto hit him once again. He dropped into the earth, his body trembling under the force. Naruto sat on his stomach and started to punch him. Mizuki started to beg, mercy, please stop, he begged and pleaded. His left eye swollen shut. Naruto's fists seemed to grow even tighter. His strength seemed to be releasing even more. However, Aruka grabbed his hand. Mizuki was a bloody mess. Aruka held on to Naruto's hand. It felt like he was holding on to steel. Mizuki was barely conscious, barely breathing. Stop, Aruka said. Don't stain your hands like this. Not for this monster, he said, looking down towards Mizuki. Naruto slowly started to calm down. Aruka was astonished. He knew that Naruto was strong. After all, the request by the Hokage caught him off guard, and Naruto, dropping him down to the ground, yes, him, shocked him. But this was just surprising beyond anything else. The Anvus arrived to see. In their mind, they believed that it was Aruka, but, well, what they did learn. Time skip. A long conversation with the Hokage, finally revealing the truth. He wasn't a monster. It was simply sealed inside of him. Time skip. The air was calm as Naruto was currently standing on the field. In the bushes were Sakura and Sasuke. Why is he still standing there? Sakura questioned. She did not know much about Naruto. Some say that he was a troublemaker. Some say that he was a problem, but she never saw him talking that much or even socializing with anyone that much. Even after they became Team 7, his responses were one word: yes, no, alright, okay. He didn't speak that much. Sasuke was wondering the same thing. What could he possibly hope to do to their Jonin sensei alone? If anyone has a good amount of chance of pulling the defeat off, it was him. Not this Naruto Uzumaki. He was never anything special in the class. Sasuke did not even notice him in the graduation day. Then again, he wasn't paying attention. Thus he told himself. However, down below. So, you're going to be the first one, Kakashi said. He knew who Naruto was, because he knew what Might Guy did. Not all of it, but he knew that Might Guy helped the young man. After all, the Hokage took him to each of their homes, when neither of them were there, talking about them and the drawback that Naruto possessed. However, being around someone like Guy, Kakashi was confident to have him on the team. Guy was more than enough to protect himself, and from what the Hokage said, this Naruto Uzumaki was special. Well, he would think nothing less of Minato and Kushina's son. He thought to himself. Naruto's steps were quiet, calm. His eyes was focused on the copy ninja. Every single detail, every twitch, everything. His eyes never left Kakashi. He didn't say a word. Kakashi raised her eyebrow, expecting something different. In an instant, Naruto moved. The world blurred. One moment he was 5 meters away. The next moment his fist collided where Kakashi stood. Dirt exploding upwards, the ground cracking. Sakura blinked from her location. What was that? Sasuke gazed back to where Naruto stood. Did he throw something? Sasuke said, trying to understand. What was the explosion? And where did they go? Naruto blurred away again. Kakashi heard the footstep, but by the time he turned, Naruto was gone. He moved through the foliage, jumping through the trees. The copy ninja ducked, kunai flashing, barely catching the movement, the blur whipping past him. He felt a kick graze his ribs. A fist nearly slamming fully into his jaw, but he twisted away. He flipped and landed on the ground. Naruto was there, but the next moment he was behind him. The copy ninja jumped away, realizing that his normal eyes could not see Naruto. That's impossible. He said, absolutely stunned. He had no choice but to raise his headband, revealing the Sharingan within the foliage. So, you're taking me seriously? Naruto's voice rang out. Kakashi gazing around him, looking for the tiniest movements. It seems like Naruto already knew about him. Naruto came at him once again, but Kakashi noticed it. His breathing hadn't spiked. His strikes weren't sloppy. This wasn't just some berserk rush in. The boy was testing him, measuring him, moving at his fastest to see how far he could push him. The copy ninja smiled slightly. Not bad. But you're still too green, he said. He bested Naruto's movements with a footwork, knocking Naruto's feet away and sending him through a tree. Before the tree even touched the ground, Naruto was gone. Kakashi felt it. He turned and saw Naruto. Naruto was not holding back much. The first gate of opening. Open! Its aura flare. What the hell is going on? Sasuke said, moving from his position, heading out there. As Naruto opened the second gate of healing. Open! The third gate of life. Open! The ground exploded as Naruto moved off. The copy ninja, unable to understand. How? This boy, 3 gates at 13. Was that even his limit? Or is this still a part of the test? What have you done, guy? Kakashi thought. Their movements exploded outwards. Sasuke rushed in on the scene. All he could see was black and grey. They moved and tussled through the trees. Sasuke could not keep up with a single one of them. Naruto blows were like battering rams. Kakashi tried his best to parry, but the sensation in his arms was getting worse. Naruto was relentless. He was smiling, loving every moment of the battle, loving the rush, loving the speed. Naruto was happy. Naruto reached the bells as the copy ninja took his eyes off them just for a brief second. But Kakashi reacted and kicked Naruto's hand, knocking them away. He dodged Naruto and grabbed the bells as he kicked him in the back. Naruto rolled in the ground. He straightened himself up though, reaching up and touching a tiny droplet of blood. However, his smile became more infectious. That's more like it. He rushed in once again, like a storm. The scene blurred forward. Time passed by in a haze of violence. When it was over, Kakashi was bent over, chest heaving, uniform torn, scratches on his arms, bruise marks, his eyes visibly narrowed. He reached up and bring down his headband. Kakashi was disheveled. As for Naruto, he was bound on the ground, restrained by the copy ninja. However, the look in Naruto's eyes was pure satisfaction. He was happy by what just happened. You pushed me harder than I expected, Kakashi said. At this rate, you might even surpass Guy one day. Sasuke was shocked overhearing the first part. He had no idea who the hell Guy was. One day, maybe. Naruto said as he flexed, ripping through the ropes like they were made of paper. As he cracked his shoulder, rolling his neck. The copy ninja was befuddled. He broke the binding while recovering from the gate opening. And he doesn't even look affected. What is this boy? It seems like there was a lot that the Hokage left out. He did say that Naruto would be a big surprise. I did not win, said Naruto, brushing himself off. But I'll get stronger. Strong enough so no one can hold me back. Not even you. However, at the end of the day, Sakura was the one tied to the post, as the others were given lunch. Unfortunately for her though, she went to bed last night without eating. It was the night before, due to her wanting to slim down. So not eating this morning really took a toll on her stomach. She blushed in embarrassment, refusing to meet any of their gaze as the both of them looked towards her. Sasuke was still racking his mind, trying to understand how. That movement. How was he keeping up so much with the Jonin sensei when he can't even push the man hard enough for the man to take him that seriously? Sasuke was watching Naruto, eyeing him every single moment. Here. Sakura blinked. But he said it doesn't matter what he says. Without proper nutrition, your body cannot function to properly be used, said Naruto. You might end up fainting or something. And you won't have the strength to keep up. But why, she said. Only 2 people can pass. And the way things are now, that doesn't matter. Just because one of us has to fail doesn't mean that we have to be barbarian about this. If you're gonna have to have a fighting chance, you're gonna have to eat something. Perhaps we can even use this to our advantage. Work together and figure out what comes afterwards. He's right, Sasuke said, realizing that he was going to need them. Naruto mostly. He hands Sakura. He was going to feed her. She felt like she was going to faint, struggling to keep up with her crush feeding her. However, as she gazed at Naruto, he was so nice. So why do people say these things about him? She questioned herself. As she was in the center, loving every single moment of this, until Kakashi arrived, trying to scare them, while the other two were terrified. Naruto did not budge. Time skip. And thus Team 7 officially became Team 7. At the moment, Guy was laughing. I bet you were in for a surprise, he said to Kakashi after, speaking about his recent, battle with Naruto. That boy is something else. If I had things my way, he would have been on my team, said Guy. Kakashi sure know that was right, but due to Naruto's situation, there was a chance that the power inside of him would go out of check. And being a Sharingan wielder, Kakashi had the potential to calm Naruto down. There was more than one reason, but this was the gravest one for him to be on Team 7, the more problematic one. But Guy would have been the best teacher for Naruto, not to say that Kakashi doesn't know his thing in taijutsu. After all, he too know how to open the gate. That is what Kakashi questioned him on. And he wasn't even tired afterwards. No fatigue, he was fine. I take this has to do with his body. Crafted by the gods themselves, it seems. The way it worked, the way it functioned. I have a theory. I'm not sure if this theory is correct, but the way he used the 8 gates. Guy was quiet. Kakashi had an inkling of what he was trying to say. He can heal really fast. His body is structured in a way that most is not able to keep up with. And the way he went through these gates, it's like... Guy looked at Kakashi. Well, I guess we won't know. You see, Naruto is a very smart individual, and he understands the risk. However, there is a chance there might be no risk. I'm not sure, I'm just theorizing something. But in any case, he should not use that one. It would be a shame to lose someone like him. Might Guy said, speaking fondly of Naruto. He truly wished that he was his sensei. But guys, be and subscribe right here. If you want to see the next part, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. But I'm out for now. Peace, guys.